title, as you see at the title of my stream, it was these are real game changers, and for me, these are the things that could be real game changers for content creators specifically, particularly YouTube content creators. So I want to tackle this because this week's episode is a lot of it is going to be dedicated to us, you guys out there. So these are things that YouTube announced that they're going to be rolling out. Some of them they've kind of done beta releases slightly over, but they're going to enhance it a little more. And I can't wait to saw it. So let's go right into it. Basically, yesterday, YouTube announced a plethora, I think like 20 different features. I'm not gonna go over every single one of them. I'm only gonna go over the few that the ones that I think are the most interesting. But it's still a lot. It's still a lot. So let's dive right into it. So the first few set of features that I want to go over is the one that if you are in a very niche area, this is a great time to try to really start meeting people, trying to make connections, make friends, and start collaborating. Because there's now going to be a new feature called Invite a Collaborator. And essentially, you can collaborate on the videos that you guys collaborate on. Whoever is the uploader can upload the video and then invite the other YouTubers as collaborators. Kind of similar to how Instagram does their collaboration things. But what's going to happen is that the uploader will get the assets. So whoever the uploader is going to get the assets, but the collaborators will get the watch views and the views. So the traffic is going to go through multiple channels. So if you guys are like, so to me, this is something that I think is going to be exciting. I already know that though, at least in our sector of YouTube, that have already formed sort of like organizations and stuff, like Creator, that Armando and the founder of Connor Blue started off with, as well as I think Creator Academy with Brandon Washington. What those guys done, I think this is going to amplify this way more. Because now we're all going to be able to share videos, and it's like even with smaller YouTubers, it's a good way to grow and build, and like I said, build connections. So I'm excited for that. The next thing we got is AI vertical editing. So if you're someone that shoots a lot of stuff that's mainly on your phone, and you're not really into like trying to edit, particularly on the phone, YouTube will take all the videos from your phone and basically do their own edit together. I got to see how this works out, but I think it would be intriguing, especially for content creators that work mainly off the phone, or maybe you have something like the Osmo Pocket and you have, you shoot on your Osmo Pocket and transfer it to the phone and then upload it. I think this is going to be an interesting thing. Some things that I think that will help you to get more understanding of the analytics parts, as well as seeing what make you more efficient with your content, are the next two, which is AI analytics. Essentially, what's going to happen is that you're going to have sort of like your own chat GPT that can sort of see why this YouTube video performed really well, why this YouTube video performed worse, what are some things that could differentiate. It can help you sort of understand. The AI will basically take all the analytics of your video and sort of help put it in a more digestible and help you better understand it, which I think is great. So better way of understanding what works and what doesn't work for your YouTube videos, I think that's always a great starting point. And then the last one also is A/B titles. So this is going to be very similar. I don't know, for those of you that maybe or have YouTube and maybe you've reached a certain point, there already is something called A/B thumbnails. Basically, you can upload, I think, up to 3 different thumbnails. And essentially, YouTube is going to push that out, and then whichever one gains the most traction, that's the one YouTube is going to put, and will declare the winner, and then YouTube will make that one the main one. They're now rolling that out with titles. So now you can work with different titles and see which titles will be more attractive to to draw more viewers. This will be very interesting to see that in combination with the inspiration, which if you're not familiar, and if you got a YouTube creator account, there's a part called inspiration where they give you like AI will generate some things based on the channel and based on your videos that you already done, and give you some inspiration of what you may be, of topics you may be able to talk about. Part of that inspiration is also using the AI will generate titles that it thinks will generate a lot more. So you could sort of challenge your own titles versus that AI title and see how that works. So I think overall, that is going to be. I think that's going to be. To me, the invited collaborator is going. I look at it sort of like if let's say me and y'all know I work a lot of the times with Simon Yates of Ordinary Filmmaker. So me and Simon may like have a video discussing the Canon C50 coming point, and we may do something work together. I may upload the video, and Simon will also be able to drive traffic from his audience to that video as we work together. So, can it get to the point where it's going to be like just nothing but, in the words of media division, market diarrhea? Yes, it definitely could. It definitely could, and I think there is going to be some aspects. But I see the genuineness of it, where it's like people that just genuinely want to work together and sort of build up and help each other build up and even build a community of creators. I think this is a great opportunity for that. So that's the first one. There's now a bunch of streaming features that is going to be coming that I'm really excited about. The first one is the multi-aspect streaming. So now, if you are a streamer or like me, like I do streaming, like again, once every week, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I can now also stream both short to like stories or short or vertical content streaming, as well as horizontal streaming, and I'll be able to do that simultaneously from the same stream key, which is dope because before you kind of either had to choose a stream key for vertical and a stream key for horizontal. Now it will be all one, and then all the chats and viewership is going to be in that, is going to basically converge on that one. So, which is, I think it's a really, really, really awesome thing. But the second one is the one I'm really excited about. So like as I bring up, y'all know I've been streaming a lot with Ordinary Filmmaker. So now what's going to happen is we can start a stream where we're streaming something or watching doing a launch party. We can do a stream from his channel, but also a stream from my channel. So we can work together and we'll both be able to stream to both channels. So I think this is great for if you're working with bigger creators or smaller creators, but just to be able to just help build traffic to both. I think, to me, this is one of the best things that I'm super excited for. The other one, you got live the shorts. So this is going to be interesting because there's a lot of, y'all know there's a lot of AI tools that or applications that basically you give them the link to your stream, they take the stream or your video content, and then they can chop it up into shorts. Essentially, YouTube is now going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to take segments, say, hey, I want this segment of the shorts, and then make those shorts. Now, from my understanding, it's going to be a bit more basic. Like, you won't be able to put captions. I don't think you'll be able to do push-ins or anything like that. So some of these other applications may still be beneficial, but I don't know how long that will be, because I'm almost certain YouTube is eventually going to try to figure it out and have that where you can add captions. But this is a one step closer to just YouTube having everything more consolidated on the platform instead of using third parties. So I don't know how y'all feel. So obviously, with all the different tools, if you're a YouTuber, if you're a creator on YouTuber, how do you feel about this in terms of how this could affect third-party applicants that are specifically designed to create micro content from your live streams or your really long form contents. I would love to know what you guys' thoughts are. At the end of the day, one, I would rather not pay an additional subscription to something else to just handle that. If YouTube can do that, it will give it to me for free. I will be able to do it. But I think it's interesting. So, and then the other thing that's going to be coming with YouTube streaming is there's going to be a side-by-side mode for ads. So y'all know that sometimes you'll watch a stream, and if you don't have premium YouTube, the stream will be abruptly stopped by an ad. Now, what's going to happen is the ad will pop up, but it will be off to the side. And from what I understand, the ad audio, it will take the audio of the ad, but you as the viewer can override the ad's audio and go back to the streamer. So it does give you some control, but I don't know if it's just something that's just going to automatically happen every single time and you have to do it, which would be annoying. I hope YouTube doesn't do it that way, where it's like you just can set it and just turn it off and just say, hey, mute the audio, or just make the streamer the priority. I think that will be best, but who knows? We shall see. And then lastly, regarding the streaming, is there's going to be a practice mode. So if you're new to streaming and you don't know how you feel about streaming, what this will allow you to do is basically run a simulation stream where you'll use AI, where AI will interact in the comment sections, and it's supposed to essentially give you feedback on how you're performing or how you're sounding, and how it's going. So I think that's interesting. I'm actually going to give it a try because, look, I already know I'm not the best streamer. I'm still new to this. I'm relatively new to the streaming thing. So I'm always looking, and plus I'm always looking to learn. So I'll definitely give it a shot and just see how effective it is. Because if it can make improvements, I think that's always a good thing. Now, I think a lot of us, the reason a lot of stuff we do YouTube is that we want to make it a living, and one way to make it a living is working with brands and brand deals. So YouTube is really about to expand some features that you can do with brands, and some of them is really cool. A few of them are really, really cool that I think I'm super interested about. By the way, I put a link at the top of at the start of this stream of this YouTuber who basically broke down way more of this new features. You can check the link out and go there if you want to. But essentially, one of the things you can do is shopping expansion. So what this is going to do is that the AI is, if you're doing like a product, so let's say I was like, oh yeah, I got the video assist from Blackmagic, and I'm holding this up, and I'm talking about the Blackmagic video assist 12G HDR. Basically, the AI is going to go through my video and see that, and it's going to try to find that product, and then it'll allow you to tag that product. So you don't have to search for that product. Basically, YouTube is going to have this AI tool that's going to search for the product you're looking for, and then you can go in and confirm it or not. So that's really cool. But this next one is going to be the really, really cool one. I think if you're a creator, especially if you got other things and you're sort of a builder, or you sell products and stuff, I think this is great. You will be able to insert your own ads in your own videos. So essentially what you're going to be able to do is, like, you can choose. I don't know if this is going to be total. I don't know if this is going to be the total thing, but there's probably going to be a limit, I'm almost assuming, because YouTube's got other clients that they got as supplier in terms of ads. But essentially what this is going to allow you to do is you're going to be able to select an ad that you can put into your videos, and then you can also change that out if you want to. So there's two ways you can look at this. The first one is you can look at this as I was starting to say, you have your own products, or maybe you have your own things. Like I have my own digital LUTs that I have on Sellfy. I got a link to in the description, by the way, for all my digital LUTs and my digital products that I sell, which includes LUTs for Sony FX3, Canon R5s, the Panasonic GH6, Blackmagic cameras, the works. You can check that out. But what I could do is I can create an ad for my digital store, and that I could place on my own YouTube videos. So, or if I have something else, like I don't know, maybe I have a book that I just finished done and I want to advertise it. I can do that now on YouTube ads on my own YouTube video. The other thing you can do, and this other YouTuber brought this up, and this is actually a really, really, really cool thing, is that you can probably leverage this against brands too, where you can negotiate to see if brand for like a certain time slot, these brands can you can give the ads and put it in your slot of your videos, and it's like, hey, all right, here's the package for like this ad to run for 30 days on the set of videos that are released in this 30-day time period, and then you can either re-up, or you can take, then when that's done, you could take that ad out and insert into either your own ads or another ads. It gives a lot more, it gives way more leverage for the creator to do something. And I think there's going to be a lot of interesting people that are going to find ways to monetize, which, you know, if you're trying to do this, full time, you know, this is a great tool to have. The other thing is going to be called a partner hub. So essentially what is going to happen, so I just recently did a review video of the Hollyland Lark Max 2s. YouTube could show Hollyland my video. I don't know how Hollyland would feel about that video, because I as y'all probably know, I had a lot of feedback on the product. But, you know, Hollyland may appreciate it and say, hey, we really appreciate all the things you brought us. We want to tell you this. We may have another product. Also, if like GVM, I recently did something for GVM. They're saying that YouTube is like, hey, he's doing this, or any other product, or maybe it's a brand that you haven't worked with yet. You're putting out content about that camera or that lens or something, and YouTube will be like, hey, this creator is talking a lot about your brand. You might want to reach out to him. So they're YouTubers in this case is kind of being like a middleman that can sort of push you up the line to reach out to talk to these brands, which I think is really cool. I think it's really cool for what we could do here. And then the other thing is approved brand links. So, and this is only for YouTube Short, but this is sort of similar to how Reels work on Instagram for like the more successful content creators and influencers. Essentially, like, you can put a product link up there or an affiliate link that you may have on the short. It will go to the brand. The brand will look at that and go, yeah, that's fine. We approve of it, and they approve it. And then all of a sudden, you got your affiliate link that you could put on the shorts. So, a lot of great ways to monetize if you are a content creator here on the channel. The last thing is interesting. The last thing that caught my mind that I'm intrigued to see how this works, because I think this could go a lot further than what I think YouTube may be thinking about initially. But so if you have a podcast and if you upload podcasts to YouTube, YouTube is going to then just insert videos onto your podcast. Now, if you are a podcaster, or you know someone who, or you are fans of some of the podcasters here on YouTube, I would really, really, really love to know how you feel about this. I think I personally am. I got to see how it's done, how it's executed, because if you're putting horrible AI videos on my podcast, again, I don't have a podcast, but if I was doing a podcast and you're putting horrible AI on my podcast, I don't know how I would feel, and I probably wouldn't be happy about it. However, if YouTube is going to maybe do something like offer creators the ability to maybe sell some video content as like stock footage to YouTube that they could use for podcasts that may work great for these podcasts. That, however, I think that's going to be interesting. But again, I don't know if YouTube is looking for that further down, but I think this would be an interesting way to go.